Guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but everything has been a lie until now, because Finland doesn't exist. There is a real conspiracy theory which states clearly that Finland is not a real country. But what the hell is this all about? Well, in this video I will cover everything. Let's go check it out. What up, Fantastics? How are you doing? If you're a first timer here, welcome. My name is Aleksi and I make authentic, fun and useful videos about Finland. So if you're even slightly interested in Finland and Finnish stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button because you will join our Fantastic squad and get more awesome Finnish videos in the future. Okay, let's start from the basics. Where does this conspiracy come from? Who came up with this? On the social media Reddit, there is this subreddit called AskReddit, and the user called RareGant posted a comment on this post which said, "What did your parents show you to do that you assumed was completely normal, only to later discover that it was not normal at all?" And what he posted here, it's gonna be a little bit long, but I'll make it shorter for you. Well, firstly, they say the actual place of Finland is just eastern Sweden. Helsinki is eastern Sweden. When people fly there, it's not like they would notice. World maps are altered as it's a UN conspiracy to keep people believing in Finland. And the idea that an entire country is made up seems so bizarre that nobody would even believe it, making it easy to do. Finland's main company, Nokia, is apparently owned by Japanese, and they're a main player in this. Now, as for why people would want to invent Finland as a country that's a bit more in depth, and there's a few reasons as to why Sweden and Russia go along with it, but it's mostly to do with Japanese fishing rights. You see, the Japanese love their sushi, but tight fishing regulations and public outcry mean they can't fish as much as they want. So after the Cold War, they agreed with Russia to create a landmass called Finland where they could fish. After all, if people thought there was a country, there nobody would expect the Japanese to be harpooning whales, would they? That's a good point. The fish is then transported to Russia, where a small percentage of the food is given to the population. They were of course starving at the time Finland being invented, and then is shipped to Japan under the disguise of Nokia products. Japan is apparently one of the world's largest importers of Nokia products, despite the fact that nobody there owns a Nokia phone apparently. That's a good point. Crux of all this, however, and my favorite part, is the homage that Japanese gave to this entire conspiracy theory. What do fish have? Fins. Therefore, they named their imaginary country Finland. Okay, so that's the thing. Japanese agreed with Russia to create this landmass called Finland so they can fish as much as they want because they can do that back in Japan. And Nokia is actually a disguise label under which they transport their products to Russia back to Japan. Oh my god. This is just the beginning. There is an official subreddit on Reddit about this conspiracy theory. Let's go check that out. And by the time of recording this video, this subreddit has 22.2k subscribers, whereas the official Finland, the English subreddit for Finland, has 22.4k, so it's almost as big as the regular subreddit about Finland. That's crazy. There is this kind of like an info post at the top which tells you everything you need to know, but we actually covered the basics. But there's a few more specific questions. Let's check them out. What about Finnish people? Are they all in on the conspiracy? No. People from Finland generally believe they're from Finland. In reality, they are from small towns on either eastern part of Sweden, western part of Russia, or the northern part of Estonia. That's right, guys. I've been screwing you all since the beginning. I'm actually from northern part of Estonia. What about all Finland's other exports than Nokia? Finland's three biggest and the three most well-known areas of industry are oil, tech and software. The oil is gathered in offshore platforms where the rest of us believe landmass of Finland is. Tech companies have already been explained about with the Nokia post, and software companies can easily redirect their IP address through the Finnish sea. Oh, wow. Clever people. As for other Finnish experts, well, claiming Santa comes from your country isn't viable to get people to believe in it. Oh my god, this is good. What about Helsinki? That's an enormous city on the world stage. Helsinki is located in eastern Sweden, and it's not like people flying there would notice. Okay, let's move on. What about everywhere else in Finland? There's a lot to it and couldn't be all made up. 99% of Finland is forest. A lot of it doesn't need to be accounted for when addressing Finnish geography. Okay, this is interesting stuff. Why do other countries go along with it? At first, it was a sign of goodwill between Western countries and the Soviet Union, a bargaining chip that could be played. But Finland has since evolved to something much more, an idealistic placeholder for what countries should aspire to. No real country could be so consistently placed first in education, healthcare, gender equality, literacy rates, national stability. The least corrupt government in the world, freedom of the press. It's a concept for countries and people to aspire to, but that's where the problems about Finland existed is disputed. No country in the world can possibly be that good. I like this stuff. This is so interesting. I like how they're trying to reason that Finland doesn't exist. Why the name Finland? A country was originally made for fishing. What do Finns have? Finns. Thus Finland. Okay. What about Finnish language? Look up the similarities between Japanese and Finnish. It may surprise you how similar they are, which is weird considering the vast distances between them. And I can completely agree with this one actually, because I can speak Japanese and I've lived in Japan for a year. And when I was learning Japanese, I immediately noticed like how easy it was for like a Finnish ear and mouth to understand it. I mean, the Finnish and Japanese pronunciation are really, really similar. In this case, I kind of agree with this statement. I'm Finnish and your attack on my people and culture is insulting. I'm not insulting Finnish people or culture. I don't even deny that there is Finnish culture. When you have collective, a million people identifying as Finnish, then of course a culture will be around it. I'm simply saying that the landmass of Finland isn't actually there. It doesn't mean that there can't be a culture or identity of being, however. Okay. This is an enormous conspiracy to keep a secret. How could nobody else have realized it? Other people have realized it, but imagine the ridiculousness of the statement, I don't believe Finland exists. Even if we did have undeniable proof of something put in front of us, would still hold the opinion that most of our friends, family and acquaintances hold not to disrupt social convention. It's still part of the human condition. Okay, that's interesting. What about GPS and satellite images? This is the last one, by the way. It's manipulated and forged. In the parts of Estonia, Sweden and Russia that are allocated as Finnish zones, the GPS locations are changed to match that of Finland. Satellite images are forged. This is how the world really looks, and there's a link. And if we click on it, we actually get the picture of how things really are. Okay, how about that? Before we continue, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about all of this? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this. What's kind of interesting that this is actually a serious subreddit. It's not like a joke or not a parody. It's the real deal. Let's have a look at the most upvoted posts on this subreddit. Finnish countryside. Upvote this. So this is what shows up when you Google Finnish countryside, and it's just see. I mean, after what we've been reading, looking at this is actually quite funny because, you know, it's a meme basically. So this is how Finnish countryside looks. Sorry to bring it you this way, guys, but if you ever thought about seeing the nature, this is the nature. Guys, Google Maps April Fool's joke is amazing. They map out a whole country in the Baltic Sea, fooling everyone that there is a country there. Oh my god. You know, even Google is in part of this one, you know, they make a awesome April Fool's joke that there's actually a country in a place that there's not supposed to be. Finland, upvote this. So this is the first result when you Google Finland. And there we go again. Okay, we start to see the trend here. As we saw, there has been quite a few memes of this topic. Actually, this Finland does not exist is actually an official meme in the knowyourmeme.com, and at the time of recording this video, the submission is currently being researched and evaluated. So people are actually looking into this and seeing like where this stuff comes from. But you know, what is so funny about this whole thing is that people are taking it actually seriously. And you can actually go check out the Reddit yourself and see what kind of people are, what kind of stuff and what kind of people are there on the subreddit. But I mean, Alright, and now that we confirmed that Finland doesn't exist, make sure to subscribe so you can get more fake, unauthentic bullshit videos about Finland, and check out this playlist for more fake Finnish culture videos so you can see what kind of Finnish culture we have here in Finland, if you know what I mean. See you in the next video. So moro.